Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by
The Bridge School, the accredited international online private school of choice, at bridgek12.org.
Porch Light Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by airs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at airs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
And by International Auto Source. We are the vehicle experts for expats, featuring all major brands of automobiles with flexible solutions and financing. On the web at intlauto.com.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
This is Ed. Global TV Talk Show is on the air again. I'm in San Diego, and Tracy Barbosa is our special guest in the New York City area. Welcome again, Tracy.
Thanks, Ed. Happy to be here and see you again.
Nice to see you. It's been a long time. So we'll come back into New York City. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be this year, but definitely in 22, where we do a live meeting. It'll be a hybrid meeting because Zoom is easy once you figure out how to use it, right?
Yeah, right. It's become the new norm.
And inexpensive. So Tracy Barbosa, you have been a professional involved with corporate housing and residential housing for a long time. Tell us about your new company and what your role is.
Sure, happy to do so. So I work with Blue Ground. We are a corporate housing provider or service department provider, and I actually handle the New York City market as well as some of the US. I'm one of their new senior account development managers, and I just started there last month, which I'm very excited about. And Blue Ground has actually been expanding during these pandemic times. You know, besides hiring, they've also expanded some of their core inventory because unlike some other providers, you know, they weren't able to make it. We have expanded in several other cities to help accommodate some of our corporate clients. We just launched Austin this week, I believe, and we have Boston, Chicago, Denver, which is kind of a new market also, Los Angeles, New York City, San Francisco, Bay Area, Seattle, Washington, DC. So we try to accommodate the whole portfolio of temporary housing for a lot of our clients, which is why we expanded into the European division. You have Athens, which is, believe it or not, that's actually where Blue Ground started, right in Athens, Greece. Istanbul, London, Paris, Vienna, and then of course, we have Dubai, which is a very hot market for us as well.
Let me ask you about the structure. Some property companies, without naming names, they don't own anything. They take over leases and then try to fill them.
Right. So what makes us really more beneficial to work with directly if you're a corporate client or individual is that we actually own and manage our core inventory. So there's not going to be a markup on the price, and we're not a third party. You know, the unit is something that we take pride in, and that you're going to get customer service and excellent client services across the board because we manage it ourselves. We also have some great VIP services that we've actually offered to some of our corporate clients if they need grocery packages or something special inside their unit to make it feel like home. But the pride comes from the look of the property. So what the special part of being in the unit is that we actually don't rent out our own furniture. So some parties they'll lease the unit and then they'll rent the furniture from another provider. We actually take everything from the very beginning, which is kind of our passion and our pride, to make sure that everything is uniform. So we actually own the furniture company that is actually inside all the units. So we developed a furniture company. You can actually buy some of the pieces, which is really nice, but we try to make everything uniform, very modern, but warm, sleek lines, making it, your home away from home.
So in the New York market, which is one of the higher price markets in the world,
Right.
So let's just say, and you take it from what I'm going to tee up here, okay? Let's just say that I need to have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, all right? And I need it for a year.
Right.
What's that cost?
I mean, it all varies, right? So it depends on the way that we work on the back end to determine pricing is based on the day, based on the move-in date, the move-out date, and each particular area. So if you see on the screen here, if you click on La Premiere in Midtown, you could see the date available is June 4th. And then you can add in one whole date for the pricing, right? But we also give you all the details, to make sure not everybody can make it into New York City to give a tour, right? But we tell you the floor level, it's on the 31st floor. We tell you the square footage, doorman services, pets allowed. We try to give you all these details so that way you're relaxed when you walk in, and also the pictures too are also very helpful because we try to give each individual picture, like what's nearby, what the amenities are. A lot of our apartments have a lot of great amenities, doorman services. They're all included. There's no additional fee for that. But again, the pricing does vary. So you can pay probably around, $3,000 up to about maybe even, $5,000 a month. It could be higher. It all depends on the longevity and then also the location and the time frame. Right now we're kind of in our peak season, so you're always going to get higher pricing in the June, July, August time frame.
So are the prices in Hoboken, just across from the World Trade Center, are they equal to Midtown Manhattan?
Sometimes they are, because Hoboken doesn't have a lot of corporate housing providers that are going within that area. They only have a few of them that I'm aware of. So I feel like the markups are large just because the demand is there.
Got it.
So just because it's over the river, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be much cheaper. You might just get more space, but the pricing sometimes can be comparable.
Right. So $5,000 a month, that's pretty healthy for rent.
Yeah, but you would be shocked at, it could go up as well. I quoted, a 2-bedroom, and that 2-bedroom for immediate move-in, they're at about $10,000 a month, and that's actually just average. So it sounds really high, but in the corporate housing industry, that is what the market rates are at.
Interesting, isn't it? Wow. So, who pays for this? Is it the corporate or is the employee?
That's a good question. Various. So I would say both. There's a few different ways. So one of them is that we have the corporate direct, where they actually pay and they have an actual budget that's allocated for the assignee that's relocating or maybe on a special project. Then you also have an individual that does pay out of their pocket. And when they do pay out of their pocket, it is a little bit of a different process because we want to ensure safety in all of our units. So we do a background check. And then you also have individuals that actually pay out of pocket, but they're getting reimbursed or affiliated with an organization. Like if they're working for Apple, but maybe they're getting reimbursed, based on their relocation package.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Wow.
Yeah, so actually what you're looking at right now is actually really neat. During the pandemic, because nobody is doing any tours, but people were still traveling, we actually hired this organization to do these robotic virtual tours of our actual units. So it's very futuristic, right? So it makes you feel like you don't actually have to walk in. Of course, it's always nice to see, but I mean, virtually, this is your unit. That is your view. That is the couch you're getting. And this is the exact look that you're going to expect. You can actually see some of the closets and you can go into the bedroom. We really tried to take in consideration on the other person that's walking in, or maybe they're from another country and they want to know, like, okay, well, this is going to be my unit. What am I going into? I can't see it and I can't be there just for a tour, but this will make them, like I said, a little bit more comfortable, taking the initiative.
That's really fabulous. Wow.
Yeah, so all those circles, like even if you see the circle by the window, you can see the window. Like it's actually, I think this is what kind of makes us a little bit unique, because I don't know anybody else that really has been doing this continuously on their platform to make sure that if people are not comfortable with touring or maybe just unable to take a tour, they're actually seeing the actual unit with the way that it's actually designed.
So you're saying that Blue Ground is a company that doesn't rent this unit out, they buy it and then rent it out?
We do have master leases within the buildings, so it's actually our unit that we're actually managing ourselves. And then we actually have organizations, or like corporations or RMCs that are coming in and utilizing the unit themselves.
That's really interesting. It's really top quality. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what's it look like for this peak season that we're into right now?
Exciting, Ed. The first time that we spoke, I think it was kind of in the middle of chaos. I think it was July timeframe, right? Which is why I'm smiling a little bit more, because you didn't know what the future held before. And now we're in a new summer where movement is happening. And movement is happening pretty rapidly because everybody is excited to get out of where they are and go back to work. And, actually some people have been stuck in certain areas for a long time, with trying to get shots and vaccinated and quarantine and everything else. And as everything else opens and borders open, our travel industry has been able to revive again.
Yeah.
And it's a nice feeling. I remember when we spoke late last summer and I said, Ed, I don't even remember hearing an airplane.
Right.
The airport is not even that far. Now it's almost back to normal. You hear airplanes all the time.
Yep. Same thing here in Southern California. There's an economic boom, and everything's open. It's just very busy.
Yeah, I have to say, especially with New York City, and because it is my target market, I have to say that a lot of people that I've been speaking to are excited to come back. I've had people that have signed long-term leases in Miami thinking that New York was never going to revive, but now they've been breaking them and coming back so-called home. They're ready to come back into New York City, which is great.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a timely announcement.
Hi, I'm Sergey Gorbatov.
I'm Angela Lane.
Together we are researchers, writers and practitioners in the field of human resources.
And we've also been multi-country, multi-assignment career expats.
We owe our professional development and growth to a very large extent to the international assignment opportunities that we have had.
But in a world where distributed work may become the norm, we also want to understand what will happen to the nature, duration, and purpose of international assignments.
Together with our colleague, Julian Dalzell from the University of South Carolina, we're undertaking a study on the future of expatriation.
And we'd value your contribution. You can participate in this important study by completing a simple 10-minute questionnaire.
Access the questionnaire by typing in your browser tinyurl.com/expert study. That's tinyurl.com/expert study. You can also find the link here on Ed's website next to this video.
Thank you for joining us in this study. In return for your contribution, we'll provide you with a copy of our research.
And of course, you'll be invited to an exclusive webinar hosted by Ed, where we will share our findings right here on Global Business News.
And so please go to tinyurl.com/expat study. Take the survey so that we can better understand the future of expatriation.
Something that's really neat is that the Bridge School partners with various organizations to provide learning for their students. For example, we partner with a major ballet company, and we are able to enroll several of their students into our school. So now not only is the student able to participate in a school and have a seamless transition while they're very active in their ballet career, but now they have other dancers that are with them that are doing some of the same courses. So it's almost becoming a camaraderie where they're taking similar courses, they're working together on their ballet, and really being able to form this great partnership with these organizations to provide a needed service. A lot of times there are student athletes who will spend hours and hours at the gym or at the basketball courts, wherever it is. And if they're attending a traditional school, they're in school from 8 to 3. They get a quick snack, and then they're at the gym for 3 to 4 hours in the evening. Coming to us and having that partnership, they're able to break that up throughout the day. They can have a morning practice, get some schooling in, have an afternoon practice, finish their schooling in the evening. So there's that flexibility. And additionally, if there are tournaments or performances, it's fantastic because if there's a week where they have shows straight through, they can take that week off of learning and then pick back up when they're done. So it offers this great flexibility. And for the program owners of these sports leagues, it is a win-win situation for them because they see this need. They see this need that their students need to make sure that they are obtaining the grades necessary to be successful adults in our country and in other countries. But it provides them an environment where they can be successful at both.
So it's theblueground.com?
Right. So our website is theblueground.com.
Very interesting. It's really a pleasure to talk with you. One of the aspects that we have on these kinds of programs, one of the benefits is long-term rollout of the distribution of the finished program to our long list of corporate contacts that we have through LinkedIn and other, through email and through our own prior communications. So a lot of the corporate decision makers on recruitment or procurement or mobility management will see this as what we're talking about right now. And we just want to make it really easy for them to get more information and contact So once again, it's theblueground.com.
Correct.
All right. And your personal
Sure.
communications?
Yep. Mine's actually pretty easy. It's Tracy, Tracy dot, and then my last name Barbosa, Barbosa at the Blue Ground, or even on my phone, 973-900-0588.
Thanks for being our guest again on Global TV Talk Show.
Thank you, Ed. My pleasure.
All right. Take care and bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.